Hello, 7th graders. We are going to start a new chapter in chemistry, which is simple distillation. Simple distillation. It's a physical separating technique used to separate the constituents of solid liquid homogeneous mixture. Like, using simple distillation, we can separate salt and water, and also we can separate copper sulfate salt from water. Copper sulfate solution is made up of copper sulfate salt and water. Using simple distillation, we can separate the copper sulfate salt, which has a blue color, and water, which is colorless. Simple distillation setup. Observe this figure. In order to make simple distillation, we need Bunsen burner for heating, tripod, it's the chemical chair, round bottom flask used to heat liquids, thermometer used to measure the temperature, condenser used to change in state the substance from the liquid state to the gaseous state, and flask used to collect liquids. First, the solid liquid homogeneous mixture is poured into the round bottom flask and heated till boiling. When boiling process starts, the liquid vaporizes into gas. The gas enters through the condenser. At the level of the condenser, the gas is transformed into liquid, and the liquid is collected in the beaker. The obtained liquid, or in the flask, the obtained liquid in the flask is a pure substance. It is called also a distillate, and the solid remains in the round bottom flask. It is called the solute. In this way, using simple distillation, we can separate the constituents of solid liquid homogeneous mixture. The solid remains in the round bottom flask, and the liquid is collected in a flask or a beaker. Nature of the liquids. At the beginning of simple distillation, the nature of the liquid in the round bottom flask is solid liquid homogeneous mixture, like salty water or copper sulfate solution. At the end of simple distillation, the solute, solid, remains in the round bottom flask, and the distillate or pure substance, liquid, is collected in the flask. So, the collected liquid is called distillate, and the solid that remains inside the round bottom flask is called the solute. In the round bottom flask, vaporization occurs, change from the liquid state into gaseous state. The liquid of the solid liquid homogeneous mixture evaporates or vaporizes in the round bottom flask. While in the condenser, condensation occurs, change in state from the gaseous state into the liquid state. Limitation of simple distillation. Simple distillation is a slow process, and simple distillation can't separate or fractionate pure substances. By simple distillation, we can't obtain oxygen gas and a hydrogen gas from distilled water. Because of that, simple distillation have certain limitations. Crystallization. It's a physical technique used to separate the constituents of solid liquid homogeneous mixture, like simple distillation, by evaporation of the liquid by sunlight, slow technique, or by vaporization of the liquid by heating. Here we can put the solid liquid homogeneous mixture in a container and expose them to sunlight. After a certain period of time, 2 days, 3 days, water evaporates and the solid, which is the solute, remains in the container. Or by vaporization of the liquid by heating. Or we can heat a container containing solid liquid homogeneous mixture. Also, the liquid is evaporated and the solute or the solid remains in the container. Limitation of crystallization, the liquid is lost. Simple distillation, we can collect the liquid and separate the two constituents. While in crystallization, we can separate the two constituents of the constituents of the solid liquid, the homogeneous mixture, but here the liquid is lost, it is evaporated.